Come on, baby. You good, please?
Alicia Josie woke up to more than just that. Looking out her window, she saw the destruction headed her way.
All of a sudden, the trees over this way, behind the houses over there, they just kind of it was just like they imploded.
Josie had just enough time to gather together her 17-year-old son and their 2 pets and hunker down in the center of the house. And when she finally walked outside, this is what she saw.
I was kind of in shock. I was in shock, really. I didn't really know what to do. It was just really helpless feeling because I knew that we were fine. I knew that the inside of my house is fine. I knew that we were fine. And then when I walked out on the front porch and saw that, it was really upsetting to see.
After water levels went down, more neighbors came out to survey the neighborhood. Widespread damage in this mobile home park just across the street. And everywhere you look, pieces of people's lives.
Frames from people's houses and little things like caulk from somebody working on something, and I have half of someone's car seat in my backyard.
Crews on the scene in minutes, working fast to clear fallen trees over Forest Avenue.
We're in recovery efforts now, just trying to make sure we've cleared all the residences, make sure there's no one in there. And then start trying to clear these roads so we can get some power lines back up.
They hope to have power restored before Monday. Josie, meanwhile, is thankful her house provided protection when it mattered.
The price to rent a condo for the week may be up, but to stay in a hotel, not even on the beach, you may have to shell out $500 or more just for one night.
Greg and Kim, things have really started to die down. They've started to transition things back over to normal here in downtown. The streets have opened up. And even though it was a cold one today, people were still very excited to celebrate Mardi Gras.
Kim, when a student asked if there was anything a professor could do that would result in them automatically getting fired, the president said no. That's something students want changed.
Heading up the road to SARALAND, where the Spartans are hosting the THEODORE Bobcats. The Spartans and the Bobcats meeting for the first time ever tonight. First quarter, Bobcat quarterback Landon Hurtrider finds Raheem Kinney. Check this out. Look at the hands. And then he takes it for an extra about 30 yards. That's a 50-yard gain. The Spartans, though, keep him out of the end zone. That was big. Later in the quarter, SARALAND gets on the board with a 30-yard touchdown pass. Look at the stretch. Carson Green to C.T. Engelbert, and then a familiar name, quarterback Anthony Mix Jr. for the 2-point conversion. Yes, he's the son of Auburn great Anthony Mix. 8-0 SARALAND. Bobcats strike back though. Hurtrider, we're going to catch up here. Hurtrider with the pretty ball. Look at this. And he's going to find his wide receiver, Malik Kennedy. Comes down with it and walks into the end zone. That's a 50-yard touchdown. The Spartans roll, though, to a 42-14 win.
Packed roads, busy restaurants, visitors ready to hit the beach. The signs of summer are here, and all these people need somewhere to stay. But it's not cheap. Just ask Gulf Shores visitor Miranda Bolzinhas.
We're staying at a condo this year. We priced hotels just because we weren't sure front and back end how many days.
Condo prices are also up, but it's the hotels where you really see the difference. I called the Hampton Inn along Highway 59 in Gulf Shores, and a one-night stay is at least $500 right now. The Holiday Inn Express and Suites next door is $597, and most others are between $300 and $450. Robert Stewart owns Sugar Sands Realty in Orange Beach. He says there's record demand after the pandemic, and damage from Hurricane Sally is still limiting rental supply.
Hotels have used dynamic pricing for years. Dynamic pricing, the rates are determined by what your occupancy rate is. So,
tourism officials say Gulf Shores and Orange Beach are sitting at an 80% occupancy rate through mid-July. And that's with 15% of vacation rentals still out of service due to storm damage.
They are willing to pay it. For the most part, we're a very safe destination. We don't have high levels of crime. So
the Citronelle Police Department trained with the Mobile County Sheriff's Office here at Citronelle High School. As active shooter incidents occur more frequently across the country, Citronelle Police Chief Tyler Norris says this active shooter training program was very important for their officers and other law enforcement that would be responding to incidents like the Mobile County Sheriff's Office.
So I wanted all the Mobile County Sheriff's Office deputies to know what the inside of our school looked like.
Officers participating in training today wore a throat guard and a helmet to protect themselves from ammunition rounds used during these scenarios. Chief Norris says they make the training scenarios as real as possible, using weapons that fire paint rounds and practicing scenarios they could respond to in their own school. In the school shooter scenario, after the suspect is no longer a threat, they check on each person that's injured and call for medical assistance. Why is it so important to know the particular school? Does that really change the outcome?
It does.
Chief Norris says if you find yourself in an active shooter situation, try to remain calm.
Take some cover,